Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over my favorite stroke in speed mitten, which is the backhand central return. So for a lot of players, this is their least favorite because it requires a lot of movement, and within the game of speed mitten, and because it's fast paced, this can be pretty tiring. So having good technique is very important because that allows you to make the most efficient use of our energy. So, does anybody remember the kinetic chain that we talked about in our tennis unit? Yeah, good. Right. So the kinetic chain is, for those who don't remember and who couldn't hear, the kinetic chain is the transfer of energy through our different body segments. So, speed mitten is really no different. After today, all of you should be able to demonstrate a backhand return while also relating the kinetic chain to speed mitten, the backhand return. So, and if you're nervous, that's okay. Our cues today are designed to not only remind you of what to do, but also to get you to feel the transfer of energy and really how that kinetic chain works. So let's get to it. I want everybody to stand up, grab a racket, get some space, and I just want to watch, or I want everybody to watch me while I just demonstrate a quick backhand return in full motion. This is what it would look like. So what's really going on here is we start in our athletic position, right? So I'd like everybody to follow along here. So we start in our athletic position, right? Everybody knows, we should all be familiar with that. Balls of our feet, knees slightly bent, shoulder width apart roughly, ready to move. And so our first step is we're going to call coil. Now, the coil, like a coil, it gathers our energy. So this really gathers the power for our shot. So the way we do that is with the oncoming birdie, we're going to step with what would be our back foot. We're going to step with what would be our back foot towards the incoming birdie, and then we're going to rotate our hips and our shoulders. So we're facing our opponent like this. So I'm going to go from the side and show you what it looks like. So I'd be here, and notice that my weight shifts off my midline slightly onto the back foot, and so does my racket. My racket crosses the midline also. This is our coil phase. Now, the next one is we're going to call it drive to contact. So what we're doing is we're starting with our back foot, and we're kind of almost like a squashing the bug rotation. Some people might have heard that from other sports, squash the bug. So that's kind of what we're doing here. So we initiate the turn, and then we shift our weight off, back forward. So as that's happening, everything's coming through forward, and that really supplies the power. So we're converting our kinetic energy that we stored in our coil phase. We're converting that. We're converting that potential energy that we gathered in our coil phase into kinetic energy. And then when we make contact with the birdie, we want to make sure that we're trying to make contact right about the same level as our front foot. And then we want to make sure that our racket is near vertical. So if we go too high, then the birdie's just going to go, just too high. If we go too down, then our birdie's just going to go straight into the ground. So, and then that's our drive to contact. So we're drive to contact, and then we have our follow through. When our follow through into a ready position. Here. And then we're back in our ready position. Now the follow through is basically just to send the ball off, or send the birdie off with as much exit velocity as we can. So we continue through the birdie, and then our momentum will swing us around back into our ready position, and we're ready to go. So let's go through that real quick. So everybody, show me coil. Good. Drive to contact, and follow through to ready position. Okay, we'll do a few more times. So coil, drive to contact, follow through to ready position. Good, good. Okay, one more. coil, drive to contact, follow through to ready position. Good, good. All right. So before I send you off and introduce the first activity, I want to remind everybody of our stop and go signals. So when I say freeze, that means stop what you're doing, place your equipment on the floor. Go means go. And freeze. Thank you. So I know the conditions are a little rough today, but I'd like to take this time to remind our feeders to please take this seriously. The quality of your feed will could have an impact on your partner's success, so please take this seriously. That being said, let's move on to the next activity. So we're going to call this one in the square. So we're going to have the same partners and the same setup. It's a soft toss activity again. So what we're going to do is you and your partner, you're going to try to accumulate as many points as you can. So within the scoring zone, the corners are worth 3 points, and then everything else is worth 2. So your partner is going to soft toss to one who's hitting it into the scoring zone. So, may I have a volunteer to help demonstrate? Perfect. Would you like to feed or swing? Okay. Aiming at our belly button. Start in our ready position. As you can see, the wind kind of took it, so no big deal. Ready, go! And freeze. Good job, everyone. So I just want to remind everybody, when at the point of contact, want everybody to really focus on their arm extension. So we want to have our arm extended at the point of contact, because the longer the lever arm, the more power that our shot will have. So really focus on that extension of the arm at contact. Ready, go! And freeze. Thanks, everyone. All right, so really good job. So now, next thing we're gonna do is we're going to play a little game. So this one's gonna be called Ruler of the Court. Now you're gonna stay in the same partners, same rules, same scoring rules. Only this time, what we're gonna do is after each round, you and your partner, you're gonna tally up how many points you scored, and then you're gonna compare with the team across from you. So whoever has more points, obviously, is the winner. The winners are going to stay on their court, and then the losing team, is going to have to rotate left. So let's say this group here was a losing team. They would rotate to the empty court that's on the left. If this team here were to lose, they would wrap around to the very end. And that's how this game will go. So when I say go, I'm gonna release you guys, and let's get going. Ready, go, and freeze. Good job, everyone. So I want everybody to gather around me. We'll have a quick little closure. So share with a partner the 3 cues that we learned from today, or that we discussed today. And would anybody like to share? Yeah? Good. So coil, drive to contact, and follow through to ready position. Good job. And how do our cues relate to the kinetic chain? Yeah? Good. So our cues describe the transfer of energy during a backhand shot. So we coil up, we drive to contact, and then we follow through to our ready position. Very good. And what's the purpose of our coil phase? Right, so the coil phase is responsible for the power, basically. It gathers our potential energy. And why do we want to strike the birdie with an extended arm? Yeah. Good. Right, so the longer the lever arm, the more potential we have for the more power. Very good. And why do we follow through? Good. It basically gives the birdie the most exit velocity. Very good. Very good. So that's all I have for everybody today. So enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.